am Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about game 147, where the Astros win in the stupidest possible way to win a game 4-3, walk-off hit by pitch by Chas McCormick. Alright, this game was dumb. Let's just get going with it. The Astros use a bullpen day because we kind of don't have starters at the moment that were ready. But here's the tricky thing. You have a bullpen that's already tired. You need to use the bullpen. That kind of dices things up. And to be fair, our makeshift bullpen starting rotation thing actually worked really well. I thought the entirety of the pitching staff did pretty darn well, if I'm being honest with you guys. I was pretty pleased. 3 runs is not bad, especially with the pitchers that we sent out there today. I'm just kind of amazed we kept it as low as we did. Anyway, the first run came in the 6th inning. It was a Cole Calhoun home run, because you can take Calhoun out of the West, but you can't take his ability to crush the Astros out of the Cole Calhoun. That's an analogy that makes sense. I'm good at this. When that happened, we were being no-hit through the first 5 innings, and the only emotion I could muster was, if we get no-hit by Madison Bumgarner at this point of his career, I am going to turn the television off, get in my car, drive to Houston, break into the stadium, crawl up on the train tracks, and lie there and wait for the train to run me over, because we got no-hit by not just the Diamondbacks, but Madison Bumgarner at this point of his career, which is, not the old Mad Bum. Like 2012, 2014, 15 Madison Bumgarner, yeah, sure, you can get no hit by that guy. But this guy, I mean, he's, the bum in Bumgarner kind of makes sense at this point of his career. And I like Madison Bumgarner a lot, but great pitcher at this point, he is not. Nevertheless, in the bottom half of the next inning, Jose Altuve makes it a 2-1 Astros lead, now tying Lance Berkman all-time for the most all-time hits in Minute Maid Park. So if he gets a hit at all from this point on in Minute Maid, he will be the all-time record holder. Jose Altuve, man, we're witnessing someone really special, and freaking love the guy. 28th home run of the season. He has a shot at hitting 30 again, which would be pretty cool to see. And the Astros take the 2-1 lead. The wheels kind of fall off of Graveman's train in the 8th, and they score a run on a Josh Venmeter single. And that hurt when they tied the game. You kind of got a little bit of the wind taken out of your sails, because we looked pretty confident to that point, and then that just sort of was the, it was a bummer. Now, luckily, I still think he looked okay, Graveman. I don't think he was terrible. And Presley completely locked down the 9th inning. He looked really good and locked in, so it wasn't really an issue. We got out of it fine, no worries. We go on to the 10th, where Ryan Stanek looked great. He did. He looked really good. Run scores. David Peralta, single. Make it a 3-2 game. I really can't emphasize this to you guys. I think you guys know, but I can't. I want to make this as clear as possible. I, Weston, person who runs this YouTube channel, hate the extra inning rule that someone starts on second base. I can't emphasize enough to you. I hate this stupid rule. It's ridiculous. It is the stupidest thing. It's like if in football, when you get to overtime, you have to take 2 of your offensive linemen away and put them at wide receivers. It's so stupid. I don't understand how that happened. Like, who at the owners' meeting or whatever meeting it was, like, who brought that idea up? Who thought that was a good idea to add to the sport of baseball? Did Rob Manfred walk into the meeting and be like, all right, everyone who's here to vote on the future of baseball, any ideas of how we could improve the game? Then someone yells out, what about making instant replay better and more uniform and actually understandable? What about an automated ball and strike system so we don't have to deal with umpires basically ruining games? What about adding a salary cap and floor so you can't have teams with 10 times the payroll of others? Manfred was like, all right, guys, loud and clear. We will put a runner to start the 10th inning on second base. Loud and clear, guys. Glad we could clear that up. It's so stupid. I am so happy it is going away as soon as the season is over. So, we go to the 10th for the Astros. And for some reason, I That's what I can say. That's what I shall say. Because Dusty looks at the lineup and is like, who's a good guy to pinch hit for? to start on second base. I know, Maldonado, like the slowest guy on the roster. That's a good idea. And it actually didn't end up hurting us because Myers would single to score him from third. We're in business at that point, right? You're feeling pretty good. You tie the game up, you're happy. Then Aledmus Diaz comes in as a pinch hitter and walks to load the bases. And Chas McCormick saunters up to the plate. Now, there's only one out, so all McCormick has to do is put a ball, either get a hit, put it in play to the opposite side of the infield. Don't put it to third. Sack fly, maybe. There's a lot of options. And then Chas McCormick chimed in and said, all right, what if I get a hit, but instead of using my bat, I use my face? I mean, that's not, traditional. You don't see too many hit-by-pitch walk-offs, but I'll take it, certainly. I'm not going to complain about that. He drives in the game-winning run with his face, because why not do that? Why not do that? Why? It's fun. It's fun. Why not just take one to the face and walk it off? I also loved the post-game presser with Julia and Chaz on the field immediately after it happens for so many reasons. There's so many good parts of that. Imagine it hurt more than he let on, and she walks over to interview him, and he just has, half of his teeth knocked out. So, Chaz, how are you feeling after that walk-off hit by pitch to get your team the win?
I'm feeling really good about it. I feel really good about... Oh, God, my face! I feel really good about getting a good team win. Where's the doctor?
Also, the fact that Julia Morales had the full intent, did not stutter, and did not even think about asking him the question, and fully looked into his eyes, his soul, and without laughing hysterically, said the iconic words of, so Chaz, what did you see on that 0-2 pitch? The ball. All things given, I thought I got a pretty good look at it. Hey, all's well that ends well. Chas McCormick might have to drink his burgers through a straw for the next few days, but the Astros lower the magic number to win the division down to 9. And somehow, improbably, get a win against the Diamondbacks that they just did not deserve whatsoever. You had one hit through the first, 8 innings of baseball. It's really a miracle that the Astros ended up winning this game. I don't say this they stole it. They did not deserve it. 4 hits all evening, 4 RBIs. That, you'll take it. You'll take it. You're not gonna... you could complain about it, but at the same time, you got the win, so it's okay. Now, the downside to the win is the Astros taxed the bullpen harder than a drunk British person back in the 1600s. Belag went the first 2 2/3. He did really well, got 6 strikeouts, only gave up a pair of walks, didn't allow a run. Blake Taylor went an inning and a third, got a pair of strikeouts, didn't give up any walks, only gave up 1 hit, no runs. Brooks Raley, I thought, looked pretty darn good. He went 2/3, got a double play, nothing too shabby there. Christian Javier went an inning and a third, ended up giving up a run, but it's fine. Got a strikeout. You'll take it. You're not going to complain too hard about it. Phil Maton looked good, got a strikeout in his inning of work. Kendall Graveman looked shaky at best. He gave up the run that tied it. Presley was fantastic in the 9th inning, and Ryan Stennick looked pretty darn good. Gave up the run, but it was unearned because, C. Manfred rule, and he got a pair of strikeouts, including a nasty one to end the game. You'll take it overall. The offense was somewhat inept, but, Chaz's face got the win for us, so you'll take it and you won't complain too hard about it. It's one of those games that's just sort of a laugher when it's all said and done because of the weird ending, but it was honestly a pretty close and entertaining game, which is great for an outsider, but when you're the Astros looking in at yourselves, you go, oh, we barely beat the Diamondbacks. That's a bit of a problem and worrisome, but it's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We get the win. That's what matters. We play tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. They send Humberto Castillos to the mound. He rolls in with a 3.90 ERA, and we send the man, the myth, the legend, LMJ, Lance McCullers Jr., heads to the mound. He rolls in with a 3.12. I love LMJ Day. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to talk about it. Hopefully, I get to talk about a Lance McCullers gem. Because the last time he played the Diamondbacks, if I'm not mistaken, he looked fantastic the first few innings, and then the roof opened up. in Arizona. The less said about it, the better. Anyway, I will be back after that to talk about it. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.